Hey, Amy. Yes, Rebecca? Will you please hurry up and get divorced from George already? What? What do you mean, what? I'm pretty sure you know this, but I'll tell you again. George and I have been friends since we were kids. We went to the same playgroup in elementary school. We were always sweet on each other. Everyone knew that. It was always Rebecca and George. That's what people would say. Ever since he moved away with his parents for business, we've been in a long-distance relationship. Surely you knew about this. Even though over time our relationship naturally grew to an end, we never fell out of love. And now that he's come back into town and into my life, it's only natural that we should be together again. I can't believe you'd be so brazen to steal him from me the way you did. You are impeding our love, and it needs to stop right now. The only right thing to do is for you to let him go so he can be with me again. You gotta divorce him so that he can be free again.
That certainly was a very long and wordy explanation. Now, let me please explain a few things back to you. Yes, it is true that he's returned to his childhood hometown. But the only reason he came back is because he will be taking over ownership of his grandfather's company. It has been on the books for the longest time. You, on the other hand, didn't you get married too to your high school sweetheart? The fact that you simply stayed here after your marriage is the only reason that George has seemed to return. It's simply a matter of physical distance. There's no emotional reasoning behind the move. There's really nothing more to it than that. Anyway, from what I hear, there was nothing between you and George in the first place anyway.
Yeah, that's what you'd like to believe, I know. The truth is, George and I were so close that we didn't even need to speak to understand our feelings for each other. It was those deep feelings that allowed our love to blossom into the full-blown romance that it did. But I hardly expect you to understand any of that. Anyway, that's why I don't want you to get in between us.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Okay, let me be honest and speak my mind here for a moment. Mainly because we have to live in the same town from now. I'd hate for you to get the wrong impression and continue with this crazy line of thought.
Speak your mind.
Yes, are you ready? I really need you to pay attention to me now. You have been causing nothing but trouble for George and me these past few weeks. You need to stop it before it gets too far out of hand.
What? Me? I think you have me confused for someone else.
Look, I've already heard from people around town that you are a busybody who is quick to misunderstand situations.
Ha! I beg to differ. I think you're the one that's misunderstanding the situation.
Hang on. Before we even get into the issue of my husband, you're married to a company executive with 2 children, are you not? Why are you trying to steal my husband from me? Is it some sort of sick, perverted game you like to play? Breaking up marriages?
That's a bit rich. I'm the one who should be asking you the same question. After all, you were the one who stole my future husband in the first place. The only reason I married my current husband and chose the path that I'm on is because I'd given up on the hope that George would ever return to me. If anything, that was my only mistake. But now, because it was destiny that we be together, he's come back. He's finally come back for me.
Yes, he is back, but again, you're misunderstanding the situation. He came back so that he can take over from his grandfather in running the family business. You might see it as a sudden thing, but it's been planned from the start many, many years ago. How many times do I have to tell you he didn't return for you?
No, you see, that's where you're mistaken. We discussed it when we were younger. When the time came for him to take over the family business, he was going to return and make me his wife.
Don't you realize the contradictions in your own story? If you'd made the arrangement, why would you go off and marry someone else?
What are you talking about? You are deluded. There are no contradictions at all. The only contradictions and inconsistencies that I can see are your existence. It's plain and simple, you're nothing but a hindrance. Now hurry up and get divorced. Get divorced and disappear from our lives forever. You're preventing George and me from being truly happy.
Hi, George. Honey, I know you're working late tonight. I hope I'm not bothering you.
Hey, honey, no bother at all. What can I do for you?
I was just wondering what time you think you'll be finished. If you let me know, I'll come and pick you up.
Okay, sure. That would be great. I'm more than happy to take the bus home, though.
Yes, I know, but sometimes I just feel better picking you up.
Okay, cheers. Is there anything that you need to tell me?
Yes, there is. How did you know?
Call it a hunch.
Good hunching. Yes, actually, it's Rebecca again. She's been sending me more strange messages.
Again? That's every day since we came back now. Do you want to tell me about it now?
No, it's okay. It's nothing so urgent that you need to worry about at work. It's just that she's actually sitting in her car outside of her building right now. I thought it might be better if she didn't see you come home.
Are you for real? Doesn't she realize that's stalking? I've told her so many times to get off of our case. I'm just so glad that we went for an apartment with such good security.
Yes, you're right. For the moment, I think the best course of action is to keep using the underground car park entrance to come and go.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks for the heads up. I'm sorry that you have to go out of your way like this. I still can't believe that she thinks that we were even dating back at school. And then to continue thinking that we were such a hot couple that we would ultimately get married? I don't think anyone could have imagined she would take it this far.
I know, right? I've never heard of anyone being so confused. We only moved here 2 weeks ago, but in the whole 2 weeks she's been unrelenting. She's been contacting me daily with a variety of arguments of why she should be with you. I'd heard the rumors about her, but didn't believe they could be true. Now that I've experienced it firsthand, I'm starting to understand why she's still referred to as Miss Misunderstanding. It's hard to believe that someone like that is actually married and has children of her own.
Indeed. Actually, the other day I was chatting with some old school friends. The word on the street is that her marriage was more of a convenience.
Convenience?
Yeah, the rumors are that Rebecca's husband was running a company, but it got into some financial troubles. Rebecca's father, who also had a successful company, bailed them out. But to save a lot of extra tax payments, Rebecca had to get married to her husband. Legally, it was no problem to do so, but can you imagine anyone agreeing to that?
So it was sort of a political marriage of convenience.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. But the truth is, since then, the tables have turned, and now it's Rebecca's husband's company that is helping out Rebecca's father's company. Because they're both owing debts of gratitude to each other, it's making it very difficult for Rebecca to get out of the relationship. On top of that, they have the children to think about too. According to my friends, she's been looking for a reason that would allow her to file for divorce for quite a while.
I see. There's always two sides to the story, isn't there? It must be tough for her.
Yes, and in a way I do feel sorry for her being put in this position.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Oops, I've been dragging on too long. I had better get back to work.
I'm sorry to have kept you chatting for so long.
No, there's no problem at all. I'm not actually very busy. I just need to finalize some things before my trip next week. It should only take about an hour, but I'll message you when I'm done.
Sure thing, honey. See you soon.
Haha! Just as I thought. It would appear George and I are destined to be married.
Oh, hello again, Rebecca. Why am I not surprised to hear from you? While I have your attention, would you mind telling me why there was a document filing for divorce in my mailbox today?
What on earth are you talking about?
I'm talking about the divorce papers that are filled out with your name on them. The ones that were in my mail today and now in my hands. I really don't understand what you're trying to do.
Oh dear. Those little things, they had totally slipped my mind till just now. Yes, they would be the divorce papers I left there so that you could fill them out and begin your divorce. I figured you were never going to get off your behind and do it, so I simply started the ball rolling.
Oh, what? Okay, but these are filled out with your name on them.
I see. Well, that must be my silly husband's fault. If you have the papers with my name on them, it would appear he gave you the wrong ones. You see, I left 2 copies on our counter. He must have gotten confused again. You can cross out my name and write yours instead, or simply pick up a new copy.
Do you mean to say you intend to divorce your husband?
Yes, of course. And then finally, George and I can be together. After all, George has already taken the first steps, so I know he's ready at last.
What do you mean he took the first steps?
Well, today he's going on a business trip, right? I heard that from my child. Who heard it from your child at kindergarten?
Yes, and what does that have to do with anything?
You still don't get it. It was my darling George's way of secretly getting a message to me. He used his own child as a messenger. On the surface, it looks like he's going on a business trip for work, but the truth is he's going on a pre-wedding vacation with me.
No, there is no surface and below the surface. It's simply a business trip for work, nothing more.
Yes, that's what you want to believe, isn't it? But it's okay, I know the truth. At least George and I will finally be united and be together forever.
I really don't know how to get you to listen. I've tried telling you over and over. You are mistaken. You are confused. Nothing is going to happen ever.
Oh, you sound so depressed and pathetic. The truth is, I'm already at his hotel and have checked in.
What? Please tell me you're joking.
No jokes! I was going to tell him ahead of time, but instead I thought I would surprise him. So, I followed his car and snuck in before he saw me. Don't you think that's pretty romantic?
Hang on, no. That's not romantic, that's stalking.
I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get a room in the same hotel, but luck being on my side, there was a spare room. I can't wait until tonight. He's definitely going to propose to me. I better hurry up and start searching for his room.
George, are you at the hotel already? Are you in your room now?
Hey, Amy, yeah, I just checked in. I thought I might take a walk. After all, it is such a lovely day, and this town is renowned for its sights. Maybe I'll find a coffee shop by the lake.
Honey, please don't leave your room. Lock the door right now.
What? Why?
Rebecca is there too.
What?
She followed you in her car from your office. She plans to stay there tonight. She's trying to find you.
Oh, come on. Is she still up to her tricks?
It looks that way. She just sent me some messages saying that she's already checked in. It would appear that she doesn't know which room you're in yet, but I think it's probably better if you keep out of sight.
Oh, wow, that's heavy. Thanks for the heads up. I guess I'll just watch TV or something. I knew she was a bit crazy, but I didn't think she would ever go this far.
Hey, Amy! What on earth are you doing here? Oh, I get it. You're here to interfere with George and I.
Okay, Rebecca, listen here now. Yes, George is on a business trip, and yes, I am here too, but I've always been booked as a travel partner with him. Normally for events like this, we would travel together, but today I had some things to take care of, so he checked in first.
What on earth are you talking about? It's his business trip. Surely you have no reason to join him.
On the contrary, you see, tomorrow is the 30th anniversary celebration of the opening of this hotel. George was invited by the owners, but he only accepted on the condition that he could bring me along.
That's not possible. Why would he do that?
Well, you see, George really wanted his business partners to meet me and remember exactly who his wife was. I guess to put in more simple terms, he wanted his business partners to be introduced to the future vice president of the company.
No, that's my position.
Oh, also I'm pregnant and carrying his second child.
That can't be true.
So I guess that shows he has zero intention to leave me and marry you. Is that enough to make you finally realize the truth?
Amy, it's with a sad heart, but I think I'll have to give up my dreams of being with George. I will admit that I was mistaken in my belief that he would propose to me. I wish you both all the best for the future.
I see. I appreciate that.
By the way, remember those divorce papers that you had for me? You can just dispose of those now. I guess they aren't needed. After all, I'm glad they never made it into my husband's hands. Just think about it. I almost got divorced over nothing. I'm glad they were given to you by mistake and not given to the registrar.
Yeah, about that. Your husband said he's already filed the papers.
Filed? You mean?
Yeah, just this morning he sent me a message saying he'd submitted the papers to the registrar.
What? No!
Yeah, that's right. Actually, yesterday before I left, I noticed the papers and thought it was best to have a chat with your husband about it. After I gave him the papers, I left to come here. I don't know exactly what happened, but he said he was going to contact your parents and his for a chat. I guess if you want any particulars, you should speak to him yourself.
Hang on. Why would you do that? Why would you do such a thing to me?
I don't know why you're asking me that question. All I can tell you is that George was extremely freaked out by your constant stalking of him.
Stalking? I was never stalking him.
He told you repeatedly that your advances were not welcome and wanted you to stop. Normally, if you continue after that, most people would consider it stalking. I'm surprised he hasn't called the cops yet.
But it was never my intention to stalk or scare him.
Intention or not, that's what happened. Anyway, have a good life. Rebecca's husband had finally found a reason to file for divorce. The strongest reason being Rebecca's relentless attraction and attempts to take another woman's husband. After holding discussions with his father-in-law, it was agreed that they should swiftly finalize the divorce. Her husband was given custody of the children, and Rebecca was made to pay reparations for losses incurred. Unfortunately, Rebecca's husband also severed all business ties with her father, and without the extra finances, the company went under within the year. The other day, I saw Rebecca from afar. She didn't look as well as she has in the past. Her clothes weren't the same designer wear I'm used to seeing her in. Her hair was disheveled, and I don't even know if she was wearing much makeup. The word on the street is that she was made to pay back money she stole from her ex-husband, and on top of that, she's responsible for a ton of child support payments. She had to take on night shifts at a part-time job. As soon as she saw me, she hid her face and ran away. I guess she finally realized that she'd been more than a little bit wrong in her convictions. Perhaps it's just easier to run from the past than confront it where possible.